This is Melrose Stories Musician Edition. Basically, I'm just going to do a little interview with Smiley Bone Jones. Let's go ahead and jump in here.
Yeah.
How would you describe your genre or your sound to someone who hasn't heard you before?
Yeah, I would say the genre is rhythm, blues, soul, and rock and roll music.
Heck yeah.
So that's my bag, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice. You play the guitar.
Indeed.
How long have you been playing the guitar? It's from here. It seems like you've been playing that guitar for a while.
It's been 20 years, maybe a little more, maybe a few more years than I'd like to admit. But it's been a lifetime journey, and the road keeps going, and I'm gonna keep following it, even if it's rocky. I'm gonna keep strumming the sixth string as long as I can, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you're up here with known associates.
Yeah.
Avi Yazdi.
Avi Yazdi on the keys.
Yes, yeah. And Greg Sadler.
Greg Sadler
drums?
was on the drums. That's right.
Yeah. Why don't you talk more about your known associates? Is it a band, or is it more like some people you love to jam with?
Yeah. So we're for the most part all gigging musicians. So that being said, can't always get the same people all the time, which is why Known Associates was born. So I have like a Rolodex of, different bass players, organ players, keyboard players, drummers, and I just kind of go down the list and see who's available. So thus Known Associates.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you decide if you're gonna do keys and drums, or if you're gonna add a bass in there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times it's like we try to work with the budget, so if there's a budget that only allows 3 people, I usually prefer to do, like some organ, like left-handed bass kind of stuff, because it gives me a little more freedom to not have to do so much. When I feel like sometimes I play with just a trio and it's bass, drums, and guitar, I feel a little more busier, like there's more responsibility. And when I play with a keyboard player, there's like definitely some pad that I can kind of lay out on. And but if there's a budget, then like I'd love to have 4-person band, 5-person band, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some backup singers, that'd be really great,
Nice.
But that's usually how I decide. So.
Are you from LA?
Yes, born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Yes, I was born in Mission Hills, and I lived there for about 13 years. Moved over to North Hollywood for a couple of years. Then I moved out into the suburbs, where I did my time in Valencia. It was a place of little culture and understanding. So I got out of there as quick as I could, and then spent 6 years in downtown, another 6 years in Hollywood, and now I'm somewhere in Sherman Oaks, and we'll see where I end up next.
Yeah, so you've been all around. Why don't you talk about like the LA musician scene and how that works for you? Like, how do you find your people? How do you kind of go about making your connections out here?
Yeah, so I really love the LA music scene because it's really the only scene that I know. I mean, I've been to some other places and seen some other people playing and stuff, but we have so many talented people that come from all over the place. And they say if you're born and raised from LA, you're kind of a unicorn in a sense. So I know a lot of transplants from other spots, but they all come out here to chase the dream, play music, and make some money, of course. And so I just got really lucky. I had a couple of great musician friends who kind of pulled me up when I was just starting out and kind of showed me the ropes. And from there, I just made connections with the people they were playing with. And most of those people I still play with today. And it's always a hoot and a holler to have them, and for the most part, I think that they enjoy playing the music. I really don't like to do things that I don't want to do, so all the music that you heard is music that I truly care about. For the most part, like, we have so many talented musicians. Sometimes I get a little frustrated when I see someone really awesome playing and everybody's just kind of like talking over it or not really paying attention. Like sometimes it feels like y'all are kind of spoiled because, you know, we have so many talented people and, you know, you wouldn't recognize a diamond if you held it in your hand kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but aside from that, like, yeah, the LA music scene is tremendous. And I don't know, I truly think outside of like maybe, you know, New York, LA is kind of where it's at, you know, for music.
Yeah. Speaking of music that you love to play, what are some of your favorite cover songs? What's something that you really just love to get into? It's kind of like candy when you play it.
I mean, I'm really, really rooted in rock and roll and blues music. That's what I grew up listening to, and I was just really lucky. My dad was, you know, really into Santana and the Doors, and then my mom was like way into Prince and Michael Jackson. Somewhere in between there, I got really into just classic rock and, you know, 50s, 60s, and like 70s music, and so I feel like playing some of that older music, it's kind of like making it new again too, especially in a place like Melrose Trading Post where there's so many different age ranges of people, and a lot of younger people may have never heard of an Albert King, and I mean everybody knows Jimi Hendrix, but you know there's some things out there that I feel like you could kind of introduce to people that maybe they hadn't heard of before. So anything old with a lot of soul, that's kind of where it's at for me.
Why don't we go more into like your songwriting process?
Songwriting, that kind of came from experience. Obviously, like when you're young, you're trying to figure it all out. I can only write what I know, and when I was younger, it was mostly songs about heartbreak and just trying to find yourself. And so I wrote like that for a really long time. Then I took a long break and just kind of let myself experience more things, and then eventually started writing, okay, let's write like a love song, not a heartbreak song, or you know, a song that was kind of like an observation of like where the world is at. And it kind of took me a little while because you're influenced by all kinds of artists and musicians, and I had to stop listening to other people's music for a while just to get my own creative voice going. And now that I'm kind of there, I'm ready to listen again, but I also feel like I've developed a sound that is truly my own and genuine in all the experiences that I've had. So I'm able to write about them now, and it's just like a true representation of who I am and where I'm coming from, you know?
Yeah. You're really good at answering questions. Let's talk about some of your releases. I know you've got Open Road and
That's
Exit
right.
9A, also known as Vine Street,
Yeah, that's
on
right.
Spotify right now.
Yeah.
Are you working on anything else right now?
Oh yes, it's in the works, that's for sure. It's been a real long process. You see, I was gigging a lot pre-pandemic when everything changed and I lost all my gigs. This is the time to start actually writing some of the songs that I've been performing. And so I took all of 2020 to order a bunch of gear, and everything was on back order because, you know, supply chains and all of that. So I actually didn't start recording the album until, you know, like October. And I finally turned it in and finished it like back in April of this year. And so I'm just waiting now for the final mixing processes, and I'd like to get it printed on vinyl. So I think I might wait until next year, even though it's like, wow, this is like 4 years in the making, you know? But yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Like I've got one album in the can, ready to go and share it with the world, and like actually, you know, have something that I can say like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in any of this, then come talk to me and we can do some more of that, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. What are you listening to right now?
Oh.
Like if you could tell me what you were playing in the car on the way here.
I think we were listening to the Greyhounds, which is a band out of Austin, Texas, I believe, that one of Avi's favorites. I'm just like a guitar person. Like I love guitar, so of course, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix, Clapton, Joe Perry of Aerosmith, Slash, I don't know, like slide players like Derek Trucks and of course, like all the old school, the Three Kings, Albert King, B.B. King, Freddie King, all of that stuff really gets me going. So and I'm constantly like searching for the guitar stuff.
Let's deviate a little bit from music right now.
Okay.
You have a hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
It's called Smiley Sauce.
That's right. Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Are you a cook? Are you into cooking?
So I was struggling, like I said, when I lost all of my livelihood, all of my gigs and stuff. And after a couple of months, I realized I needed to do something, to keep my idle hands, working. So I, on Cinco de Mayo, went out to Vallarta, got a bunch of ingredients and said, I'm going to make hot sauce. And within a few weeks, I had 6 or 7 batches under my belt, developed something that I like that is hot, because you can't call it hot sauce unless it's hot. Mm-hmm. And it's got flavor, you know what I'm saying? So I started doing it, and it was literally just a way to like, hey, I'm really struggling right now, like I'm gonna start selling this hot sauce. And just this year finally got to start making it in a commercial kitchen, and I finally got it in a shop called Wine and Eggs in Atwater Village. And I'm just like really happy to do it. It's always a conversation piece, and honestly, like some of these gigs, they don't always pay that great. So like if I could sell some hot sauce on the side, it kind of like gets me to a point of like, yes, all right, cool. Like I made some money today.
Smiley Sauce.
Yeah, that's right.
Heck yeah. Stream them on Spotify.
That's right.
Smiley Bone Jones.
Yeah, thank you guys so very much. It's always a great joy and pleasure to play Melrose Trading Post. Shout out to Martin Diller for always, hooking me up. I appreciate you, dude, and I hope you're doing well.
Heck yeah.
All right, we're going to play some original music for you right here. This is a Smiley Bone Jones original. Something that I wrote called Exit 9A Vine Street, and it's about a place that's very near and dear to me called Hollywood and Vine. And if you've never been there, I guess we'll take you there. And this is how it goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going out on the town. Just let me show you around. We're gonna have us some time on Hollywood and Vine. Well, some are down on their luck, but that don't bother me none. It's all about the game, chasing that fortune and fame. Those city nights keep you hypnotized. Oh, what a life, just off of Exit 9A, strutting on down the boulevard. You might not make it too far, just hang around for a while amongst those crooked smiles. You've got that starlet's gaze, high on a gold dust haze. Just keep your eyes on the prize, or you might meet your demise. Those neon lights will keep you mesmerized. Oh, what a life, getting by any way. Those faded dreams, never what they seem. Oh, what a lie, won't you shine the spotlight on me? On me, shine the spotlight on me. end of the show. And as the curtains come down, no point in sticking around. You walk on out the door, wondering where to get more. And as the day starts to break, those dreams are fading away. Thank you so very much. Once again, a song that I wrote called Exit 9A, Vine Street. If you've never been to Hollywood and Vine, you have now. It's kind of one of those places. I don't know if you really want to go there. It's called When the Dust Settles. It's been so long since I could sing my song. I wanna get back to, baby, where I once belonged. Under neon lights in the city's glow, 'cause it's the only way of life I wish to know. Mr. Crowded pool rooms and the whiskey bars, jumping on stage and playing lots of loud guitar. And the sleepless nights that lead to wasted days, and how it would bring to me into a kind of haze. 'Cause I can't let go of the way things were before. When the dust has settled, will someone tell me the score? 'Cause it's been a lifetime and I'm dying to live once more. If they let me out outside of these four walls, you better believe me, baby, we gonna have a ball. Smoke a long cigar, drink up some cognac too, and get me a healthy helping of some of that rock and roll stew. I hear the echoes of the way things were before. When the dust has settled, won't someone tell me the score? 'Cause it's been a lifetime and I'm dying. Said I'm dying. Said I'm dying to live once more. Thank you so very much. Once again, a song I wrote called When the Dust Settles. Appreciate y'all.